you're probably doing that Hollywood thing where everybody else is just there for you.
Unbelievable. That's the only word that comes to mind when you first hear about the twisted feud swirling around Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni, and the rest of the Hollywood juggernauts who've been sucked into this storm. For months, rumors have raced through fan circles, hinting at a legal battle so outrageous it puts your favorite courtroom dramas to shame. And here's the kicker. Mark Ruffalo, that usually mild-mannered star, has kicked the hornet's nest, pointing fingers and making comments that no one saw coming. Even Robert Downey Jr. and Samuel Jackson have weighed in. Yeah, the Marvel legends themselves, accusing Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively of some underhanded manipulative scheme involving Deadpool.
Very terrifying, scary way. Basically fantasizing about Justin Baldoni.
If you think you've heard it all, buckle up, because this meltdown is just getting started. So, what are we dealing with? A couple of A-list sweethearts turned alleged con artists? Or a twisted rumor mill running wild on flimsy accusations? From the outside, we see glamorous red carpet photos and comedic Twitter banter. But behind closed doors, if the speculation is true, we have shady deals, furious voice messages, and unstoppable egos colliding. The spark that allegedly ignited the whole feud? A cryptic message apparently sent by Blake Lively, some say it was a snarky email, others say it was a borderline threatening voicemail, to Justin Baldoni.
Justin Baldoni is reflecting on the past year since the release of his movie, It Ends With Us.
I had an intense year. This morning I sent a text message.
According to leaked whispers, that message rattled Baldoni so much he immediately contacted his legal team. People close to the situation claim that it was a direct attempt to undermine Baldoni's own film projects, painting it as a classic case of a star leveraging her connections to stifle competition. But why would Blake typically, seen as the charming, down-to-earth actress, ever target Justin Baldoni? Rumor has it, Justin was working on a passion project that threatened to overshadow some of Ryan and Blake's upcoming ventures.
Did Ryan Reynolds ditch Blake Lively at the premiere of Another Simple Favor to save his own career?
Suddenly, the rumor mill lit up with talk that Blake wanted to elbow out any competition and hold onto the spotlight for as long as she could. Outrageous? Possibly. But the seriousness of Justin's response, immediately arming himself with a legal strategy, suggests there was more to it than a petty spat. Behind the scenes, insiders whispered about a meltdown. DM&S were thrown around, furious text messages flew back and forth, and we're told at least one A-list confidant was convinced the whole thing would explode within days.
Justin Baldoni unleashing the never-before-seen image on his explosive new website. Inside, he claims Blake skipped out on a meeting with an intimacy coordinator before filming.
This is going to get ugly, an unnamed source allegedly said. Little did they know it would morph into a catastrophic showdown that's still unraveling right in front of us. And as intense as that sounds, it wasn't even the biggest bombshell. Just when you thought you'd heard all the drama, here comes Mark Ruffalo. Cool, friendly, always down-to-earth Mark, delivering a mouthful that has everyone talking. If there's one guy in Hollywood you expect to keep things calm, it's Ruffalo. Yet apparently, even he couldn't stay silent. He chimed in during an impromptu conversation, presumably at a private gathering, where he hinted that Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni's legal battle was only the tip of the iceberg.
The legal battle involving the co-stars of It Ends With Us now in full swing, with 2 explosive lawsuits filed on New Year's Eve.
Seriously? Why is the famously mellow Hulk star stepping into the ring? The word on the street is that Mark himself had front row seats to some shady interactions on set. Times when Blake allegedly meddled in negotiations or went behind people's backs to get her way. Is it far-fetched? Possibly, but the fact that Mark is rumored to be raising eyebrows at her tactics, and by extension, at Ryan Reynolds, says a lot. What kind of stunts did he witness? The details are fuzzy, but the speculation is that Mark found out about an incident where certain cameo appearances were scrapped last minute thanks to behind-the-scenes manipulations.
Old footage revealing that yes, her secret plan is to always take control of the movies and lie to the directors to get it.
Maybe an enraged phone call or two made their rounds. Allegedly, all roads lead to Blake, with Justin Baldoni caught in the crossfire. But if you thought Mark's perspective was shocking, just wait until you hear about the next Marvel heavyweights entering the fray. Robert Downey Jr. and Samuel Jackson, 2 colossal figures in the Marvel Universe, have reportedly been throwing around some serious allegations about Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively. Rumor has it that they're venting behind closed doors about how Deadpool's success gave Ryan and Blake a massive ego boost, emboldening them to manipulate industry heavyweights to get bigger and better deals. Now, these aren't casual accusations.
It's really interesting. A lot of them are just not looking at him at all, even though he's standing and spraying.
We're talking about Iron Man and Nick Fury themselves. Usually, these are folks who have bigger fish to fry than petty Hollywood squabbles. So, for them to lend their voices to rumors about a Deadpool scam, that's major. According to behind-the-scenes chatter, the scamming talk revolves around alleged attempts to funnel creative control away from Marvel's official channels, letting Ryan have far more say in production budgets, marketing angles, and cameo appearances. But here's where it gets even spicier. People are saying Blake was the real puppet master in the wings, encouraging Ryan to push the boundaries and test Marvel's patience.
Tweet for you that we have from Variety laying out what's happening here. Justin Baldoni, the actor, is now suing Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds.
One alleged blow-up went down when Samuel Jackson discovered last-minute changes in a script draft that apparently favored Ryan's comedic bits, overshadowing other cast members' roles. This might sound trivial, but in a billion-dollar franchise, it can spark massive resentment. Were these two truly scammed, or did they just feel overshadowed by the Merc with a Mouth mania? Hard to say, but one thing is certain, RDJ and Jackson voicing their discontent has added a fresh wave of drama to an already blazing inferno. And if you think that's a bombshell, just wait. There's rumor of actual meltdown moments, and they're bigger than anything we've seen so far.
The comedian speaks out in a December 23rd statement shared with Today, which reads, "As Blake Lively's castmate and friend, I voice my support as she takes action against those reported to have planned."
You want meltdown moments? Buckle up. The talk of Tinseltown is that private voicemails exist, explosive recordings that could blow this entire fiasco wide open. Some folks say these audio clips reveal Blake and Ryan's behind-closed-door strategy to undercut certain Marvel negotiations, effectively hogging the Deadpool spotlight. Others say Justin Baldoni, fed up with the entire situation, recorded a furious confrontation where he accuses the couple of maneuvering deals under the table to freeze him out of vital cinematic opportunities. Insiders suggest that at least one meltdown took place on a busy LA street, with shouting so loud it turned heads from blocks away. A stunned eyewitness recounted something along the lines of, "He lost it," screaming about betrayal and entitlement. Was it Baldoni or was it Ryan? Accounts differ. The single certainty is that tempers flared so high, security had to step in before it got any uglier. These meltdown tales aren't just random hearsay, they're part of the narrative fueling. The talk about bombshell evidence that could appear in a courtroom. Allegedly, Justin's legal team has compiled a trove of suspicious text messages, scheduling oddities, and yes, those explosive voice recordings. The hush-hush rumor is that these tapes capture Blake candidly laughing about how easy it is to manipulate certain studio executives. If that's real, and if it makes it into any legal proceedings, holy shit, we might be looking at a scandal that dwarfs anything we've seen from the usual celebrity catfights. But how does any of this tie back to the so-called Deadpool scam? Strap in, because this next part is where the real fireworks begin. So, how exactly did Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively supposedly scam Marvel? According to swirling speculation, the power couple orchestrated a multi-layered strategy that began innocently enough, Ryan using his charm to pitch a distinct comedic take on Deadpool, wowing Marvel execs with the promise of a fresh spin on the superhero genre. Fans know how that turned out. Deadpool soared, and Ryan became a crown jewel in Marvel's extended family.
I call him a sociopath. I mean, I think that he wants to win no matter what. He was willing to do whatever it takes to win.
But behind that success, rumor says, was a labyrinth of manipulations. Some folks insist that Blake had insider info from her own industry. Connections, allowing the duo to negotiate clauses that severely limited Marvel's control over certain aspects of Deadpool's marketing and cameo choices. Supposedly, they presented it as a creative freedom request. In reality, if we believe these rumors, it effectively secured Ryan a seat at the big kids' table for every major creative decision. Now, that might not sound like a scam at first, but consider the possibility that, by doing this, Ryan and Blake cut out other players, other directors, other writers, and, yes, other Marvel heroes from having a fair shake in shaping the Deadpool universe. The allegations go so far as to say that even cameo paychecks got skewed, with some cameo performers getting shortchanged while Ryan raked in massive bonuses. Could the studio really have been blindsided by two cunning stars? Marvel's no lightweight when it comes to contract negotiations, so the idea might seem far-fetched. But remember, these rumors are swirling from multiple directions. Ruffalo, RDJ, Samuel Jackson, each adding fuel to the fire that something about the Deadpool arrangement was fishy. And if we think we've already hit peak insanity, Justin Baldoni's next move might just raise the stakes even higher. All those swirling rumors point to one conclusion: Justin Baldoni has had enough. According to Quiet Buzz, he's working on an accusation-surfaced legal strategy that aims to expose every underhanded move Ryan and Blake allegedly pulled. Both in the Deadpool domain and presumably against him personally. Some say Baldoni's lawyers have found a paper trail of suspicious financial handoffs, questionable marketing budgets, and last-minute script edits that effectively sabotaged any competitor who threatened Ryan's shining star. Word is that Justin's no stranger to adversity. He's tackled large-scale projects before, but this is personal. He's purportedly furious at the idea that Blake tried to muscle him out using her star power. Combine that with the outraged whispers from Marvel actors who feel similarly used or outmaneuvered by Ryan.
Ryan Reynolds is backing his wife Blake Lively 100%, but his claims on Justin Baldoni are being proved false where Justin Baldoni just exposed him.
And you have a powder keg just waiting to explode in a courtroom. Rumor claims Justin's legal team is focusing on breach of contract angles, along with allegations that certain parties acted in bad faith during production deals. Not only that, but we keep hearing about hush-hush settlement offers that might have been put on the table to prevent these issues from ever seeing the light of day. Yet Justin, if you believe the scuttlebutt, is determined to press forward no matter what hush money gets thrown at him. But here's the thing. Once you drag half of Marvel's biggest names into your conflict, the public reaction is bound to be colossal. It's like watching a train wreck in slow motion, but you can't tear your eyes away. Social media has erupted in speculation, with fans of Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively in total disbelief. On the flip side, supporters of Justin Baldoni argue that this fiasco proves star power can morph into an unstoppable, arrogant steamroller if left unchecked. Mark Ruffalo's subtle but piercing remarks keep echoing across fan forums. Meanwhile, Robert Downey Jr. and Samuel Jackson's rumored frustration over Deadpool overshadowing other Marvel projects has become meme fodder, with countless Iron Man versus Deadpool jokes floating around. In between the comedic jabs, though, a real tension is palpable. Fans are asking, did Ryan and Blake really manipulate the system to that extent, or are these icons simply fanning the flames for their own reasons? Public opinion swings wildly from moment to moment. Some folks consider Ryan a comedic genius who single-handedly revived a niche superhero. Others label him a cunning puppet master, apparently puppeteered by his wife's behind-the-scenes deals. The truth, as always, likely lies somewhere in the middle. But does that matter in a rumor-laden environment where sensational headlines dominate? One sensational tweet from a Marvel insider can change the entire narrative in an instant. Right now, the atmosphere is so charged that any official statement from Ryan, Blake, or Justin would send shockwaves through the media.
In 2024, doing the movie Deadpool and Wolverine, Ryan Reynolds introduced the character of Nice Pool, saying it was his own creation. The character of Nice Pool had one interesting line where he was talking about the character Lady Deadpool, which was voiced by Blake Lively.
But so far, it's been radio silence from most corners, as though they're all waiting to see who will blink first. Which leads us to the million-dollar question. Where does this leave everyone, and how is this all going to end? At the end of the day, this swirling maelstrom of accusations, voicemails, meltdown moments, and alleged scamming claims reveals just how complicated Hollywood power plays can get. On the surface, Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively seem like the epitome of a fun-loving, philanthropic couple, media darlings who can do no wrong. But the rumors, if you take them at face value, paint a drastically different picture. Manipulative, moves to box out competitors, cunning strategies to strong-arm Marvel, and a relentless hunger for control. Mark Ruffalo's rare outburst and the stinging words attributed to Robert Downey Jr. and Samuel Jackson add a layer of shock to the entire saga. When so many major voices weigh in on alleged wrongdoing, it's hard not to wonder if there's something real lurking behind the smoke. And then there's Justin Baldoni, standing tall, refusing to back down, determined to expose the alleged duplicity. no matter how many hush offers or intimidating tactics might come his way. So where does that leave us? With a sensational spectacle that might either fizzle into nothing or explode into a massive scandal. Maybe we'll see a flurry of legal documents, cryptic disclaimers, or settlement hush-ups. Or maybe we'll get the ultimate unmasking. Someone's going to slam the door wide open on all these secrets, delivering the final piece of evidence that confirms every ugly suspicion. For now, we're left to grapple with the possibilities. Did Ryan and Blake truly con Marvel with a cunning Deadpool takeover? Or is this just a monstrous rumor mill spiraling out of control? Until the dust settles, we can only watch in fascination. And maybe a bit of horror, as these Hollywood titans clash in what could be the biggest drama of their careers. After all, the bigger the stars, the heavier the fall, and if even half these allegations hold water, that fall might be epic. Stay alert, because if the next leaked voicemail or insider testimony is as explosive as everyone claims, we haven't seen the last of this storm. In fact, it may only be the beginning.